It's cold and wet outside, so I'm warming myself up with a nice bowl of noodles. And I'm actually going to tell a story today about a much earlier part of the year when the weather was a lot nicer. It's actually a subject I've covered before, but I think it's never a bad thing to talk about in ways we can keep ourselves constantly creative or refresh ourselves if we find we fall into a bit of a slump or just a creative rut. If you've watched before, then thank you for coming back. And if this is your first time here, my name is BB Manic and I'm a portrait photographer based in London, England. If portrait photography is the type of thing you're interested in, then be sure to like and subscribe. So if you're a long-time viewer of the channel, you would have seen a couple of years ago, I actually held an event where I got loads of photographers together for creative days. I used to do these all the time, but much less so nowadays. And what I spoke about back then in the video is exactly why I attended one myself earlier this year, held by a group called Aperture One. I think if you're at a time when you kind of feel like you're doing the same old thing, you're working with the same old people or working with the same old themes or styles, creative days are fantastic. They can be called creative days or photo walks, but essentially these events are all trying to achieve the same purpose. A group of creatives get together and collaborate. And it's usually as simple as let's say 10 photographers, 10 models, you meet up and you usually just walk around your city using the natural light and environment. Some events will actually choose to host it in a studio, have a lot more elaborate, and they'll involve makeup artists and lighting people and whatnot. Most of the ones I've attended or held have been natural light during the spring or summer, and you just walk around and it's great. And whilst I primarily focus in portrait photography, the great thing is you can kind of approach it from any aspect of photography. Like I said, we're walking, so if you are a landscape photographer, you can be part of the group, not shoot the models that turn up, you can just shoot all the environments that you encounter. If you are someone who doesn't come from portraiture or landscape photography, now is the time to get involved in one of those things and sharpen that skill. And it's great because what might happen is that you might discover a new skill you might love, or you at least discover new techniques you can implement into the discipline that you already practice. So I always encourage people to go in these things. I mean, worst case, you might not even end up shooting, but you'll meet a bunch of people and you can observe other people's techniques and how other people approach things. And that's either going to reinforce, yeah, I'm doing it the right way, or actually, yeah, maybe I could learn from other people. Maybe I need to try that. So I would always encourage people, if you can't find one, I mean, I always find mine from either Instagram or Facebook. If you can't find one, do what I did and host one. Put it out there, use the right hashtags, and just say, hey, look, I'm going to be going for a walk. This is my route. I would love to have a bunch of people join me, socialize, swap stories, swap tips. It's great from the point of view of just learning and improving, but it's also great from a social point of view because creativity and being in a creative industry can be very isolating, especially if you're in a big city and you don't really feel you get to collaborate with people that much. This is the type of event that helps you realize you're not alone. And sometimes when you're down on yourself, other people going on through the same thing, and sometimes when you see your work through the lens of other people, you can really appreciate it and really big yourself up. So yeah, I would highly recommend doing one of these. I'm going to link One Aperture, who are the people that held this fantastic event, really well organized, fantastic group of creatives turned up, some of the most talented photographers and models I've ever been lucky enough to work alongside. And yeah, here's what we did. So as you would see on the day, I didn't have a camera on me. If you've been following this channel for a long time, you know that my long-standing unit, the D7000, was unfortunately broken. So I used my phone, and if you also been watching the channel, you would have seen that I recently bought an early 2000 Digicam, and I used that. and honestly super happy with the way these pictures came out. Yeah, once again, I'm really glad I attended this. I don't know when their next event is going to be, but I will be attending it, no questions asked. And yeah, if you have any more questions about how to attend one of these things, or if you'd like to host one, you want any tips from me, I'm happy to respond. So just let me know, leave me a comment. And once again, thank you for watching this. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you the next time. Peace.